Guns are looking good,
Look at
man.
that little flex, bruv.
That's nice.
Jeez.
Scary. I'm scared.
I'm scared. Hi, everyone.
Scared of the damage I could... the lion.
Welcome back to TVI
Hi.
Podcast. Carl Donnelly here.
Julian Deane.
And guest, first time in the studio, Sarah Callaghan.
Easy.
Welcome. And a fellow indoor hat wearer.
Yeah.
What you say? How long do you always wear a hat?
I do now, yeah.
Last few times I've seen you've worn a hat. Yeah, you've been wearing a hat.
I've built up this real self-conscious thing about having my hair down now.
Right.
Like if my hair's down, I feel like naked. And I feel like I can't be myself.
Right.
I don't know where it's come from, but yeah.
It's
all right,
it's
isn't
weird.
it? All you need to do is put a hat on and you feel all right.
It's quite a simple fix. My hair
Wish
at the
I
minute,
could
I need
put-
to get my hair cut.
Right.
That's why I'm wearing
If
a
I could
hat.
wear hats, I'd probably wear one. I can't.
Have you never found a style that fits?
They just don't suit me now.
What about a fedora?
One of them Australians with a corpse on.
Yeah.
But you should try. You could just try. Go to a hat shop.
I'd wear a cap.
But go to a proper hat shop, and like a milliner will tell you what for your shape of head what you need.
Yeah, but then not like that's a proper hat, innit?
It might do. He might give you a baker boy. He might give you. There's loads
One of them
different
white
Top
straw
hat.
ones, like the barbershop quartet.
fucking man from Del Monte.
It's the only one that suits me.
Do you wear any other style of hat?
Not really. These ones and also just the snapbacks, which have got the flat.
I've seen you wearing a cap backwards
Yeah, I am a prick.
during our
Yes.
time. knowing
I'd
each other.
wear
Yeah.
one backwards.
You
if
would
it-
not wear
I
one
would.
back. You look like an
I'd
absolute
have it backwards,
egg,
but
man.
to an angle.
On the
I like
side.
it.
Yeah.
What are you, fucking Bart Simpson? Shut up.
And I'd carry a skateboard.
No, I don't think men with caps on backwards. I don't think works at all. I think you look like a
But you wouldn't even have to
Midlife
do your
crisis.
hair, like you just pop a cap
just
on.
wear it forward. What's wrong with wearing forwards?
Yeah, I suppose. Gets the sun out your eyes. I mean, that's the idea, isn't it?
Yeah. Just before we hit record, you said you'd done dry January. And so what was? Were you drinking too much, or you just fancied a sort of health kick? What was the?
Yeah, I
decision?
needed a detox.
That's quite a deep question. What I mean, because it's always early in the year.
Was it getting on top of you a bit? Yeah. You're all right.
No, it was like I was drinking quite a bit, like
Yeah.
not to an unhealthy level, but like I just was feeling, because I like beer, so I was just feeling super bloated and
Beer's it is the worst one.
yeah,
Like, it's just
yeah.
so filling, so much
It's
liquid.
quite high calorie, isn't it?
It
Very
is,
high.
yeah.
It's like eating just loads of
A
chocolate
meal.
bars.
I think they said 1 pint is the same amount of
Delicious.
calories as a quarter pounder with cheese.
Yeah.
So if you're having 8, it's like 8 burgers. You know what I mean?
Yes, not
And
good.
people have
No.
like 20 of them, don't they? Fuck,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So I feel good. Every few months I will do it though. I'll have a bit of a detox.
It is nice.
Yeah.
Were you doing any other health things with it?
No.
Just that.
I should have sorted the diet out as well, but I feel like one thing
one
at a
thing at
time.
a
You know what I
time,
mean?
yeah.
Because I quit the fags, then the booze, and it's like I can't do it all at once.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'll just like, when I come off it, I'll just go like all the way back.
What's your vape flavour?
Pink guava.
Pink guava.
Guava. You're
It's
still on
the
the
best.
Heisenberg.
I'm on the Heisenberg.
What's
yeah.
that?
It's delicious. It's like it's like a berry menthol kind of aniseed little.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
many
nice.
flavours.
But it's nice. Yeah, it's based on Heisenberg Breaking Bad, same colour.
Oh, so it's the colour that gives it the name.
Yeah, it's
What's
nice.
the
though.
colour of Heisenberg?
Like
He's a white guy.
No, the crack that the meth that
Oh,
they
the
make.
meth they
yeah,
make.
it's,
Oh,
it's
that's a
blue,
good-
isn't it?
That's a nice
Have you seen Breaking
thing
Bad?
to use for inspiration, isn't it?
It does make me
Crystal
feel
meth.
like I'm being dirty with meth. You know,
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I've got a crackhead in me, definitely.
100%.
It's in the eyes. You can
Exactly.
tell.
Yeah.
The needy eyes in the stealing that I do.
I'm doing a weird thing at the minute. Which
Smoking
is,
crack.
Yeah, it's my new health thing. It's really taken off
It's
the
crack
weight.
January.
But I'm trying to. I listened to this podcast and then I'm reading a book about circadian rhythms. It's such a wanky thing to talk about, but you know your body is built around sort of sunlight, isn't it? Right, that's how we are. That's physically how we run. So basically, the healthiest way you can live is to get up at sunrise, go to bed at sunset.
Like a caveman.
Yeah, but and so most of your body runs off that sort of circadian rhythm, and a lot of health issues they reckon come from when you're out of sync with it.
Yeah.
So I've been doing you're meant to basically, the rule is within about half an hour of getting up in the morning, you should get up as early as you can.
Go and kill a goat.
You should get outdoors. And basically, you've got to get natural sunlight into your eyes as soon as possible after waking up to kick your circadian rhythm off. and then you sort of eat probably within that first hour. You're meant to shit within that first hour, which I do anyway. And then like exercise-wise, you've got windows of exercise throughout the day of your circadian rhythm, which is 30 minutes after waking up, 3 hours after waking up, or 11 hours after waking up.
Where do they get this from, though? Is this like science?
From this so I listened to an interview of a neuroscientist who talked through a lot of the brain, how the brain works, and what time of the day it creates certain things what you should be doing.
Yeah.
And then off the back of it, I read this book, and it's like I'm trying to sort of start moving to live within my circadian rhythm.
But you can't sleep when it gets dark in the winter, can you?
No, you can't.
4 p.m.
But if I'm at home, what you're meant to do is you want to be having as little natural, little unnatural light as possible. So if I'm at home not gigging in the evenings, just lights all go down low. You might have a little lamp on. You're not just you don't have telly goes off. You're not sitting there looking at screens and stuff. It's about just trying to.
What do you do? Just sit there, listening to this audio book.
No, but just
a lot of rules.
Normally,
I
just put music on and just play with Twyla until she goes to sleep, and then I'll get into bed and read on my Kindle. So I'm trying to simplify.
There's definitely something in that, yeah.
And it is about. I feel better just from trying it for like a week.
Yeah.
Just like if I feel.
Good to know.
It'll make you feel good, but I just don't feel. How can you sustain that throughout your whole life?
It's not about sustaining it for your whole life. It's about putting a good practice in so that when you do have days off, you can then jump back into it. And it's about your sleep pattern. Like basically, when you go to sleep at night and when you naturally get tired, is set by when you get up and when you first get natural light into you. So if you get up in the morning,
draw the curtains,
and even then because the glass blocks out so much of the natural
head out
light.
the window.
Do that basically. I know it sounds mental, but like you basically, the moment you wake up, you should get actual daylight. Open the window, get your head out there for a couple of minutes, and then that sets when you're probably going to get sleepy that night.
I might start trying to do that.
It's wicked. It's really. I find it very. I feel much healthier for it. I'm also sleeping.
I just stay in bed though.
But that's the day. That's the danger.
My sleep is so fucked. I go to bed like 5, 6 in the morning. I usually wake up like 2 p.m. It's disgusting.
I'm nearly
really
like that.
bad.
Not quite that late. That's late.
So it's such wanky
What are you doing
shit.
at night?
Just like
none
work.
of my business.
X-rated, man. No, I just end up working. The thing is, I got into my head, and I know it's really bad, but I like doing work at night time because I feel like no one else is awake, and I can just relax and do things at my own pace. Like during the day,
the world's asleep.
Yeah, daytime gives me anxiety because I'm like everyone's trying to get something and like replying to emails and I can't think. But at night time, I can chill because there's no deadline. You know what I mean? But I'm basically nocturnal, but
if that works for you, then that works for you, doesn't it?
Yeah. But then obviously when you've got stuff during the day, like podcasts or interviews or meetings or whatever, it's like fucked.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try that. Especially getting out and the natural sunlight, definitely.
You're doing Edinburgh?
I was doing Edinburgh, but then my venue fell through, so
what?
I don't know what I'm going to do now.
Because you're going to Australia. We've talked about this off air. You're going not long after I'm going.
When are you going?
March, 6th of March.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah.
And how long are you planning on staying?
2 months, and then I'm coming back for 2 months because I'm doing a run at the Soho Theatre, and I've got loads of gigs and all the festivals and everything. And then if I do Edinburgh, I'll stay for August. Yeah. But if not, August till like indefinitely.
Yeah. It's going to be nice. Have you been to Melbourne before?
No, I've been to Sydney and Perth, but never Melbourne. Right. I've heard it's sick.
It's wicked. I love it. I can't believe you've not yet said that you were born there.
I was born there.
Anytime the word Melbourne gets said, Julian jumps in. It's true, he was actually born there.
For the first 100 podcasts.
It's our catchphrase. We should have merch made with it on.
Yeah. We were going to have it put on mugs. But I stopped saying it because everyone knows.
Why? When did you come over here?
No one cares. I was born in Melbourne, yeah. No,
you were?
He genuinely was.
But how come you came over? Is your mum Australian then?
No, my dad was. He died. Thanks for bringing that up. This morning. And, no, really. But, yeah, he was Australian. My mum was out there working as a nurse. He was out there writing and stuff, and they met. And, yeah, had sex.
Cool.
And then my dad actually got fired from his job because the guy he was writing for swore on telly.
Who was that?
Graham Kennedy.
Right.
He was big in Australia.
Yeah.
And he swore on telly, and all the writers got fired.
Really?
So we came back to England when I was about 1, and my sister was.
Did he swear on telly because it was written on the?
No, but he just all of his writers, and it went blank
Such a
screen.
weird thing to do.
Oh my god, yeah.
So but
fire everyone.
Obviously, his whole team just didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He lost his career, kind of thing. And if you're working directly for him,
Yeah.
Shit.
we came back to England. You know what I mean? Grew up South East London ends, bruv.
Yeah. What do you reckon your life would have been like if you'd have grown up in Australia?
I'd have been like Crocodile Dundee. I reckon.
in the outback, just charming snakes with your little hand.
Oh, you think that's a knife?
I must have said it. My uncle went to school with Paul Hogan, who was Crocodile Dundee.
He was a comedian, Paul Hogan, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He helped paint the Harbour Bridge, didn't he?
That's a lot. Why do you know so much about it?
Because my dad used to bore me. But yeah, I spent like nearly a year in Sydney, but I got a one-way ticket, so I got trapped there when I was 16. Because obviously I got an Aussie passport, and I had to like work in McDonald's and stuff to get back. Yeah, good story.
So, but you're just going to decamp over there and see what happens.
Yeah, just have an adventure.
Have you got to do one of them weird farm fucking things?
No,
on your visa.
No, because I've got a working holiday maker, so it's like I can get a job like in a bar or do whatever.
Oh, that's all right.
And then obviously
Isn't the stand-up
gig as well.
classed as the job? No.
Well, I was advised not to put like comedian on my form because for some reason they don't like it.
Right.
So I said that I work in events. And
Okay.
it makes it a bit more vague. And I think because it's like they want you to like have a job that's going to be useful to their country. You know what I mean? It's like a comedian.
Us rolling in and going, hey guys.
I've got some jokes for you.
Sorry, I had depression. I'm going to do an hour about it.
So yeah, but
That is a real. You forget how just low down the ladder of
we're scum.
importance
We're absolute
It's like
scum.
comedy
getting your car insured or something.
I know.
isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got
I
to
love
tell
it,
them you're a
comedians
fucking
that-
painter.
I was on Facebook. They're always just like, "Oh, like I've said it's comedian. It's gone like the quote is massive." I'm like, "Why the fuck did you say that?"
I know.
Say doctor like the rest of us, innit?
Yeah. It is insurance companies. They
Driving
think you're driving
examiner.
a fucking clown car. That's when the wheels are going to fall off outside your gig, and you're all 8 of you are going to climb up. It's a piss take, isn't it? I don't know what is up with insurance companies, man. Just why does anyone know? Listeners, if anyone,
I reckon comedians are probably better drivers than average people.
I don't know, mate. I've
Well,
been in
got
your
a driver
passenger seat.
What did you think of my driving?
Your driving was good.
All right, good.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who's. I've been quite lucky. I've never had I've only had a couple of bad drivers.
What's a bad, like dangerously bad?
Well, I've had maybe 1 or 2 dangerous drivers, and I've had 1 or 2 overly cautious drivers.
Oh, they pissed me off more than the dangerous ones. Though.
Yeah, like I remember. Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty careful.
I'm sure.
I'm not overly cautious.
Did I tell it? I must have told the story on here about when I got a lift with Brendan Burns.
Oh yeah.
And it was
In
like,
his what
in his
car was it?
crazy Iron Man car, and he literally like because Brendan is like so, you know, he's always just on one, and that is how he drives. Like literally every single moment, every time he broke, it was an emergency stop. You know what I mean? Like
God.
there you go, red light, 100 meters where you can see a red light.
Slow
Wait till the
down,
last minute,
bruv.
and then like.
I was sick out of his car window once.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
We drank a load of gin and then he was driving me back, and that sort of driving, I was like,
man.
I can't hold it in any longer. I was trying to be composed. You know, it's like when you need a piss or you think you're going to be sick, and
Yeah,
you're chit-chatting.
I hate
I just
that.
went really quiet.
Yeah.
He's like, "You're right." I'm like, "Yeah,
I think that's the worst feeling in the world. Before you're sick, like the
Yeah.
10
Oh,
minutes.
Yeah.
You get all sweaty
sweaty
and
hands.
weird.
Yeah.
If you're drunk and you've had a joint and you're like, there's no way out of it. I end up I start praying.
That's why the hair of the dog is. Do you know why the hair of the dog works?
Why?
Because hangovers apparently are mostly withdrawal from the drink the day before.
Oh.
So your body having withdrawal symptoms. So if you just drink, it tops you back up. So
Just crack on and just never stop. Either go to AA or never stop.
Yeah.
They're both solutions.
as someone who drank every day in December for an Instagram advent calendar, I will say it does. I can understand it.
Yeah.
Like, every day I felt great every single day. By lunchtime, I was just in such a good mood. I can just had my cocktail. I could totally
Have you
understand.
been drinking a lot this month?
No, not at all. I've had a really quiet month off it, really. Not off it, but I've had once a week. I might have had a few scoops.
Right, innit? How are you feeling? So like not drinking?
Yeah, good. I feel good. Yeah.
Do you think you'd ever give it up for good?
Nah.
It'd be hard, isn't it?
I feel like, yeah, and just the conversations are so shit. Like when it was like, oh, I don't drink anymore, and like, are you teetotal? Do you not drink?
Yeah, I don't drink now.
Oh, you're boring.
Teetotal though, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
what, you would never ever drink ever again?
One day at a time.
But then you smoke weed, innit? So.
No, I used to. I don't anymore.
So how'd you get your kicks then?
I vape and I have espressos and I have healthy living, man. I hit the gym. The gym is like a little.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
definitely.
If gym's shut, I think like it was hard when gyms are shut. Like it's good for like your head.
Do you go every day?
Yeah, that I can. I mean, I was away at the weekend in Cardiff. I couldn't go then.
Yeah.
But I do. Yeah. So, you know what I mean?
How much do you bench?
Quite a lot.
How much? What's the figure?
I don't go for like powerlifting like to hit. I don't know. You get stronger though, don't you? Yeah. I can move steel, you know what I mean? I can get real, you know what I mean?
There. Well, good.
I can move 100 kilo.
100 kilo.
What is that? What's 100
It's
kilo?
fucking heavy is what it is.
You can bench 100.
I could probably do a rep with it, yeah. I don't.
Really?
I don't do that. I do like 60, 70 kilos or
That's
something.
heavy, man.
It's quite heavy, yeah.
They were saying it's more about doing more reps than increasing the weight, innit?
Yeah. Like you want to do like 6 to 12 reps or something. It's not worth doing it with one rep. Yeah, you could hurt your ligaments and stuff. If your muscles heal quicker than your actual ligaments and connective tissue does, so that's why you could injure yourself.
Right.
So you have to go easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eat the right foods. I'm proper strong.
Welcome to Two Creeps. It's a new. We're changing our name. Two Healthy Creeps. But do you exercise at all?
No, not at all.
It is hard, isn't it? I'm trying to get back
into
it
the
now.
gym, man.
Well,
it's
look,
good.
the first lockdown was great. 2020. I went and stayed with my mum in Dorset, and we had this like little
nice
like
down there,
circuit at home. So we were doing like weights and sit-ups and all that. Like we just had this little thing, and then we did like a dog walk, and then we went for a run in the evening. I was eating really well, and I lost loads of weight, and I was feeling good because it was like I was finally in a routine where up early, healthy breakfast, doing my exercise, getting out in nature. It was fucking banging. And I've had a few interviews where people have gone, oh, like, how did you find the lockdown? I'm like, I miss it.
Yeah.
It was the best year of my life. I was
yeah.
like spiritually, emotionally, physically, it was the best I've ever been.
Well, I think because most people,
I loved it.
I think people who've got a normal life routine, people who just like have a proper 9 to 5, you know, they've got their week is quite rigid. You know, I reckon lockdown was probably quite hard on them.
Yeah.
But
Because a
people
big
like,
part of their life was the socialising after the work.
So everything made sense to like, but I think for people like us where everything's normally erratic, lockdown actually gave us that feeling
especially
of normality.
Especially the summertime.
Nice.
It was just
Yeah.
There was periods of it, I loved it. Man.
No gigs, like, because you're just like from one gig to the other.
Yeah.
Like,
also, that thing of being out so many evenings.
Yeah.
I definitely found.
Sleep better.
Oh, yeah.
No driving.
Yeah.
But that's the only time I've ever had consistent exercise. But I should exercise more. I know I'm a scumbag, but
That
just
can
like, it's the
become
motivation. You know
that
what I
can
mean?
become a kind of addiction. But I feel like I'm an addictive person, so I might as well pick something that's good for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it is good for the head as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it is. But it's hard. I find it. I'm so seasonal with exercise. I go through a period like 3 months of the year. I'm on it, and then the rest of the 9 months I just have to fight myself to try and do anything.
Yeah.
I go through months where I won't even dream of exercising.
Gym's so boring as well. Like I'd rather play a sport or like do something. with somebody
For
else.
cardio and that, like I'd like to do a sport, like boxing or something. I keep asking people in the gym who've got like flat noses if they're boxing trainers. 3 people I've asked. They said, "No, I'm not." No.
Don't just ask that. Surely have a conversation first.
I don't know what I get like all endorphins at the gym. Sometimes I keep myself to myself mostly, but sometimes I just start chatting. But so, oh mate, are you a boxing trainer? He's like, nah. I'm like, all right.
He's got a mash up nose.
You look like one. But
Start telling everyone your Melbourne story. And
Exactly. I was born in Melbourne. Can you spot me?
Do you get strangers to spot you?
Nah.
That's the thing I've never understood. Them like sort of just go. That's what I don't.
I've had someone ask me to do. Yeah, once actually. Someone asked me to spot them, and I did. But it was like hassle. I've got my own shit to do.
There's a gym
Spot
in
yourself, you
Melbourne.
wimp.
There's a gym in Melbourne that they do like for the comedy festival. They let comedians have a month membership, quite cheap.
That's good.
While you're there, but it's a proper beefcake gym, like all just brick walls. Like proper loads of free
I like
weight.
a health club gym,
Well, this
like
is it.
saunas.
It's everyone there is, I'm talking like bodybuilders, and they're all just fucking talking and slapping each other on the back.
Yeah.
And then I'd be there with like Jimmy McGee in our fucking overpriced sportswear, going like lifting our little dumbbells. You just feel so intimidated, man.
But no
It's
one
not my
really
sort of
cares
vibe.
though. Like when I don't know, no one really looks.
I know
you
that
what I mean?
there is that, but it's
No
about,
one's looking at. Look at them.
It's
You know
what's
what I mean?
going on in your own head.
Yeah.
Even if I see someone who's really overweight, like massive, come in, it's like good for them. You know what I mean? You're not judging them.
No, not at
in
all.
a bad way.
Yeah.
I mean, you judge them more if they're in a McDonald's drive-through. You know what I mean? But if they're in a gym,
We'll not judge anyone at all, guys.
judge them. Man. Not really, but do you know what I mean?
What we
The filming thing, though, I find that so cringe.
I know,
the amount
so
of
do
people
I.
I know that go gym and film themselves. You do it a lot.
I find
Are you
people.
impressed though?
Nah.
I find people
fuck's
filming
sake.
themselves anywhere except their own home, doing anything.
Because it inspires me. Like I've got a couple of people on my Instagram that do these, like they set themselves challenges to do like stuff at home. And I like watching it, and you know, their commitment to it. But it's at the gym. I'm just like, what? Like, don't you get embarrassed?
No one can see. I mean, I don't do it all the time. I've done it a few times, you know. Like film myself doing pull-ups or something. Yeah, only because like I don't know. I'm quite. When you hit, I don't know. I was quite proud of myself because I could do.
Well, no,
like
it's good.
15 pull-ups, but and like so, I just filmed it and then I like put it on Insta. Like I don't know what I'm saying. I feel ridiculous, but I was just quite proud of myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And that's what you've been up to.
No, I agree. I think it's. I find any of that.
Yeah, it's good.
Whenever I see anyone filming themselves in public, I cringe.
I don't know. See, when I see it, I don't mind. I like looking at what people are doing and stuff.
Yeah.
Exercising and that.
Right.
So, I guess.
But all just like the filming in public thing, like, like Alistair Green. I find him so funny. But like, what makes me laugh is when he does the videos where he's walking out and about. He's literally just being so stupid, just doing these videos. Like, there's people around you, man. Don't you care?
I don't understand how people do it. Sean does loads down at Shepherd's Bush Market and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how are you doing that? And I just can't. I ain't got the. I'm too.
But I do it on my
embarrassed.
stories, like, and like walking down the street. But no one, people could think you're just doing a FaceTime.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I know. But I don't walk down the street on FaceTime either. I'd be like, I'll just take this when I'm sitting.
Also, you just block it out. Like you don't. In the end, no one really cares.
Anytime I do out and about stuff, I'm literally like I do a proper recce of the area because if anyone comes around the corner, I'm just dropping my phone. It's off. I'm stopping that recording, man.
But it's true though. It's like you think people are watching you, but probably they ain't. Everyone's in their own little world, isn't it?
I've always wanted to do those prank videos. They're so funny. I just think I'm too old for it.
I once did. I did a show called Impractical Jokers.
Oh yeah, that
was on
kind of
BBC
thing.
Three. They did 2 pilots.
Oh yeah.
And then out of 8 people,
McCaffrey was doing it.
McCaffrey ended up doing the actual full series.
Yeah,
we did a couple of pilots. So me and McCaffrey, Roisin Connaughton, Marek Larwood did one, and Nathan Caton, Joel Dommett, and a few others. It was really good, but I hated it so much. I thought I agreed because it was like I'll be with some mates. I just couldn't do it. I've not got that. I felt so embarrassed. I had a little earpiece in. They're like, now you got to say this. And I'd be like, inside, I'd be like, I don't want to. And not in that cringy, like, oh, it's so funny how embarrassed I am. I was like, I don't want to, genuinely don't want to do this. This isn't me. Like, we had to do one where we had to give out little neck and shoulder massages and say stuff during that. And I started doing it on one woman. And she basically told me while I was doing it that she had serious, like, chronic pain in her shoulders. I was like,
oh my God.
Well, this is bad. I can't be doing it. I'm not.
What were they feeding you to say? Like creepy stuff?
Shit, yeah.
Oh, I don't know if
it makes me all tense just thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's not for me. I don't actually like watching pranks.
I quite like things like I like it because it is scary and awkward.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how like Borat did all that though. That's fucking.
His is one of the few I like.
Next level, innit?
Yeah, that's he takes it to a level that I like because often his targets are much better as well.
Yeah,
I don't like when it's just some randoms in the street. It's like you don't know what they're going through. Man.
If you're targeting an actual prick, then it's funny.
It's
like you're happy that they're getting made a fool of, you know.
Yeah.
Or the day-to-day. Who was that? Chris Morris. When he'd interview people.
That's fucking brilliant.
Like Frankie Fraser. Or he got those people to say about the drug. It's his
cake.
big tablet. Cake. That's so funny.
But yeah, it's not for me. But then I suppose you must, because you obviously do spoken word stuff. When you first started doing that, you must have had to get over that sort of thing of, because I think stand-up is quite easy, I think, because you're just sort of trying to act as much like sort of, you're talking in a way that people fully understand. But you now do that sort of, you do poems in your stand-up. First time you did that, it must have taken a bit of like getting over the fear of doing that to a stand-up audience. Yeah, it was like very scary, because I just thought, they're never gonna like it, especially in a club, because I never ever used to mix them, and then I mixed them, but only in my show, because I'm like, well, you're coming here, you're seeing an hour of me, and it was a lot of jokes as well. But it was after pandemic, when gigs started coming back again, I was like, I'm not going to do stand-up anymore. I really thought I'd knock it on the head. Yeah. Wasn't trying to get gigs, and then I got offered a few gigs. I was like, I might as well take them. It's easy money, you know what I mean? It's like, I'll do it. And but I went in with an attitude of like, okay, if I'm going to do it, I'm just going to do what the fuck I want, you know? I don't care anymore. So that's when I chucked a poem in a normal club setting. But people really liked it. It was really. You did it at Banana a few weeks back when I was there.
Yeah,
it was killed.
So and then like media, like all these proper comedy clubs where people don't, and it's not like it's funny poetry. It's like serious poetry.
It's different as well to what the night's been, and it stands.
I think as well, people don't expect it to come out of my mouth. So it's the shock of like, whoa, she's doing something different, and actually it's good. But I mean, I get scared every time when I know the bit's coming up. I'm like, oh god. But yeah,
normal,
they seem to like it.
I bet it's exciting though. When it's
it gives me a buzz.
I bet it's really good.
Yeah, it shows actually. Like I remember watching it at a Banana, like watching the audience, and it shows that they like people, I think, underestimate club audiences, and they think they just want someone out going up backing my wife and kids.
Smart audience as well, generally, aren't they? Like they're good audience.
But you could do that at a store. You could do. I reckon I've always had more trust of an audience than I think a lot of comics do. You know what I mean? I think some people think you just really got to lay everything out simply for them and all that. But actually, obviously, some gigs you look at and you're like, I'm keeping it simple.
Yeah.
But I think most gigs, man,
but London, though, it's like a lot. I think the audiences are becoming more comedy savvy, and also just more arty in the fact that they like various different types of comedy. We're exposed to so many different styles now that it's not, they don't just want dick jokes. You know, you might go somewhere up north, and it's like it's like some working men's club up north or whatever.
Fucking
it's like,
prudes.
Fucking SJWs ruining comedy.
Snowflakes. Never seen a cock before. Never seen a soft cock. What? So when you were doing the poetry at the same time as you...
can't say soft cock and then go back to a serious question.
So you're doing the poetry the same time as you were doing stand-up, like, but what, the same kind of, like, a couple of nights a week as well?
Well, now I'm gigging again. I'm not doing actually that many poetry nights just because I'm just doing so much comedy. But
there's
I was only doing a lot during
circuit.
There is, yeah.
In London, yeah.
But it's not like, you know, like there's a hierarchy in comedy where it's like you'll do like open mics and then like you'll do like a page 10 and then you work your way up. It's not like in poetry. It's all open mic. Yeah. And then you get called a feature slot if you're getting like a paid headline.
It's a bit more American sounding.
And and then it's like TV. That it's literally just dun. Yeah. Like, so obviously I'm not going to work for free, so I've headlined all over the clubs in the poetry scenes all across London. Now I've done that, there's nowhere else for me to go. So it's like now I'm trying to look into like TV and scripted stuff and documentaries, because it's like I don't want to go back to like working for free. You know what I mean? I know I'm of a standard now, so I just want to push it. But yeah.
What about rapping?
No. Do you know what? It's so funny because I get old men come up to me after and like, I really like that rap you did at the end. They always say it. I'm like, cringe. It's not a rap.
Oh, you could put a fat hairy beat behind it.
Oh, I do. I make like drum and bass music and stuff with poetry. Yeah, because like Faithless, it's all like ambient trance and I make a lot of music like that. But no, I don't know. I'm always say I'm a poet than a rapper. I feel like a rapper is a cringe way to describe what I do.
Yeah. Well, some rap's so good though, isn't it? Like,
it's great. I love it, but
I'm not
it's not
mad into it. But like sometimes it's like they're really good, isn't it? I watched The Breakfast Club. Oh, what's that other one where they spit like they freestyle on in America?
8 Mile or something. What film you talking about?
No, it's like a radio show.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about a film.
It's a radio show where they go on and like freestyle.
Hot 97 or something.
When you said Breakfast Club, I thought you were talking about the 80s film.
No.
I was like, wow, has he gone on to The Breakfast Club?
No, The Breakfast Club's
I know it's I know
a radio show. Yeah, Charlemagne. It's good.
Have you seen the sitcom Dave?
No.
Oh, with Little Dicky.
Yeah.
I've heard about it.
Brilliant. He goes on a Breakfast Club
He's
on the last
amazing.
episode of the first season. It's brilliant.
Cool.
He does a sort of improvised rap on it. It's wicked.
Yeah, he's sick.
He is. Yeah, I mean the show is. I think it's one of the best sitcoms I've ever seen. It's so well
I watched the 2
directed.
episodes. It was good actually.
It's really
I forgot about
the way
that.
it's made is very.
Is he the director as well?
I don't know if he doesn't direct it. He just wrote it.
Okay.
But
And where can people find your poetry online? On
YouTube. There's like videos and stuff, and I've got
put your name in, yeah.
Yeah, and I've got loads of music out as well at the moment.
Have you ever written a poetry book? Have you ever written in the written word?
Yeah.
And released it?
I've got a trilogy of books. Yeah.
Where can people buy that?
Just DM me on Instagram because they're self-published. So, but yeah, they do pretty well.
You put them on Amazon now, isn't it?
Yeah, but the thing is with that is like they
self-published
take a cut, and I'm not really on that. I want to keep all the money for myself.
Exactly,
you know what
man.
I mean?
I suppose.
But-
Also, Amazon are cunts.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the slight
Fuck
downside to
Amazon,
it.
isn't it?
I know, but they are very good if you want short notice batteries. That's
Yeah.
essentially it, isn't it? That's the problem with
You got
Amazon.
Prime.
Like, I'll tell you the problem with Amazon is they've killed some certain sort of shops on the high street. So now it's hard to buy certain things. There used to be like little hardware
That's
stores.
only because it's
now.
convenient, though, isn't it? Isn't that evolution?
Yes, yeah, but it's still not a good way of living, innit? It shouldn't be one monolithic warehouse in Northampton that they all come from. You know what I mean? It's not a good way for civilization to work.
I thought the workers were treated well. No, is that the thing?
Famously one of the worst
Are they? Yeah.
work conditions in the UK.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, low paid, really strict on breaks and all that, and yeah, it's horrible.
Might get a job there.
Being a supervisor, just with your whip, just like bashing
Got any
people.
managerial jobs? I want to talk to people like shits. 8 hours a day.
What skills have you got? I'm really good at just talking to people like absolute shit. I'm really good at it.
I love it. In fact, it's one of my passions. I'm not a team player, no.
Not at all, mate. I am fucking
Like
ruthless.
to victimise people.
Yeah. I will break them down.
They just go and do a gig afterwards. Do you know what I mean? It's a good balance.
Go and hug my children after and just feel totally normal. There are people that will be like that, I'm sure.
I might try and write some poetry. When was it? So were you into poetry when you were a kid?
A little bit, not too much. Like anything that I do artistically, I just fall into it. I just sort of fall into it, and then people tell me I'm good, and then people want to pay me, and I'm like, all right, I'll do this then.
Right.
Like if tomorrow I started like doing
process.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Anything could happen.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm always got a love-hate relationship with comedy, because I've never wanted to be a comedian.
Yeah.
But it's like if people want to keep paying me and I keep having these good experiences,
That's
like going to
good, though.
festivals and like traveling all over the world, I'm like, why would you be like, nah, I'm not going to do that?
That's
It's
a health.
like,
But
I think that's a healthy way.
I do enjoy it now, but it makes it very easy for me to like say I don't want to do it because I'm like, it's not like a burning passion of mine.
Yeah.
But
That's a healthy way of doing it, though, just following your passion.
I just go
day
where
at a time.
Yeah, I just go where it takes me.
Go where the beans are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think you'd be good at poetry, but the only thing with you is I'd always be thinking there's going to be a joke at the end, like the joke's coming, it's coming. I don't think I could take it serious.
Good, yeah.
I think you would be good. Yeah.
I'm very deep, and I.
I'd love to. You should write a poem. Write a poem for our patrons.
No problem.
And we'll put it out so that won't go public. You won't have to have the embarrassment of that.
All right.
You never wrote a poem for a girl?
No.
No?
Carl has.
Yes.
I've done a few times.
Yes, mate.
But
I want to bring it back, man. We
No,
need to start
but you
writing love
will-
letters and poems and shit. I'm telling you.
Nah, my girls get just harsh DMs, mate.
Just soft penis.
Just a soft D.
They just, here's the poem, bitch. Sorry. Can we bleep the word bitch?
No, they know it's a joke.
It's just a joke.
They just that's what they. Julian doesn't deal in romance.
I am very romantic, but in my own way, I guess. Like, I like quality
What way?
time, walks, doggy, nice stuff. But I am. But like, I don't know, a poem. I don't know. I don't know. I think it'd put a girl off.
Really?
If I wrote a poem. Yeah.
But no, I think
It's not my angle.
No, but in terms of like, it wouldn't. If it was a girl that liked you, even if it's shit, the effort would be the thing that.
I
is
do
nice.
I do nice thing. I mean, I do nice stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to. We're not doubting you.
Yeah. Do your thing, man.
Cheers, man.
Has anyone ever written you a poem?
Yeah.
And what did you, as a poet, did you find yourself reading it critically, or just enjoy the The fact they did it for you.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of effort for someone to do it, especially if it's not something they do all the time. But also, like the ones that are written for me, they'll always like write things that are relevant to us.
Right.
So even if it's not like a good poem, it's like cute because I'm like, oh, you're referencing this day or referencing this time.
You a poem.
Write me a poem. Yeah. I would love that. Yeah.
Can you write a poem for every guest? It's a new thing we do at the end of the
That's
episode.
nice because you personalise it to the person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it gets good brownie points.
Yeah, definitely. I reckon it's
like geezers need to do it more often. I was watching First Dates. I watch a lot of like of those sort of shows.
I thought it was a cringe thing.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of guys don't do it because they think it is. But I'm telling you, girls love it, man. Like,
of course.
And it's such an easy way for a man to get in a girl's good books. I don't know why people don't do it.
I don't do like. It's not like I'll do it to get in their good. I don't know. I don't want to get in their good. Do you know what I mean? It feels
you want
like
to be in their bad books.
No, but like if they, I don't know
where you want to get in.
I want to get in knick-knocks. Not really. Damn, bad books. No, but I don't know. If I was to do it, you're not doing it to get brownie points, are you? You're doing it because it meant something.
To express your love.
Nice. To express your love, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's good. I think it's the sentiment's good if it's that.
Yes.
Yeah. So you've written someone a poem, have you?
Might write a grime rap
for ladies.
Yeah.
Over the years.
See?
I've written a few actually for different
Can we
women.
read
Different
them out?
women, not at the same time.
Can we read them out, please?
I'd like to know. I wonder where they are. I must be able to find
In
them
the
somewhere.
bin in their bedroom while they're getting drilled by a big man.
In their bonfire after I left them.
While their side things around clapping them.
Oh my god.
Oh, good.
What a window cleaners in there.
No, I'm romantic. I think I've always been quite good at that stuff.
But romance to me doesn't mean like flowers or, you know what I mean, like the conventional things.
Yeah. What I mean is I've always been quite good at doing nice things and getting nice things that are not just thinking. Some people just buy big presents for somebody. I've always been better at getting a present that is very specific.
That's nice.
And only they would know why they're
that's
getting
definitely
that. You
more
can
thoughtful,
borrow.
Yeah.
Something that you need.
But we've talked about. You said you're not very good at presents.
No, I have to know what they want and then get them in.
Yeah.
Because I don't care. I know what I want.
Yeah.
Are you a good present buyer?
No.
Also,
I don't do presents.
We don't do presents.
Nah, so I'm like you, I'll do like a thoughtful thing.
Yeah.
So, but I'm more about experiences. I'd rather pay money on something we can do together and enjoy. It's a good memory.
Yeah, that's much
than
better.
buy a gift that will ultimately just be a load of trash. And then it's like you break up and then you've got all their stuff. It's like if you have a nice memory.
Yeah.
That's with them forever, isn't it? So
That is
beautiful.
yeah.
That should be a poem. You should do a poem about that.
Anyway, so what else were we talking about? What's going on? Australia. Are you planning on travelling around?
Yeah, I'd like to. I'm trying to just like be a bit more like you in a way that's like spiritual and just trying to go where the vibe takes me and just I would like to see a bit more because I turned 30 in September, so and obviously the pandemic's like 2 years of basically doing nothing, no travel.
Yeah.
I just want to have some experiences now. Because it's not like I'm married or got kids or anything, so I feel like in terms of my comedy and having something to say, I need to start actually doing something and having some fun experiences.
30s is a good one for that.
Yeah, man, it's been great
it's
already.
Sort of like
so
the new midlife, in it. That's when I had my little what's the word?
Breakdown.
Yeah, I'd say breakdown. Like a little mental recess, and then came back much happier.
Yeah, my 20s were traumatic. So I'm really looking forward to this decade. Like,
I don't understand people that think your 20s are like your best decade.
No. The shittest time of my life.
It's just like you're drunk or on drugs the whole time.
And you're just sort of emotionally fucking chaotic.
Yeah,
there's no calm to anything. Everything feels so big as well. You can have the most minor thing happen. It suddenly feels like the biggest thing in the world. Whereas when you get to like 40 or something, like you can have a big thing happen and you're just there, just like just bounces off.
Yeah, your nan dies. You're like, is it? Whatever.
Is it? Is it?
I'm at work. Who was that? Oh, which one?
New phone. Who this?
Deal with this later.
I just think
I've got to watch Below Deck. I've been watching that. Actually.
I've watched 2 episodes of it.
Do you like it?
Fun.
Yeah.
They are the worst.
Yeah.
I'm never normally into stuff like that, and I just put it on because Chris Martin mentioned it. And I just got into it. It's just such easy. I can fall asleep. I can relax. It's just light entertainment, isn't it? And the scenes are beautiful. The food's nice.
Yes. Are you watching the American one?
I watched the whole Med one, and now I'm on the American one.
I've not watched it. I've only watched some of the American.
The Med one's, the Mediterranean one's good. It's only 3 seasons.
Right.
Yeah.
That posh guy does my nothing though.
Ben, the chef. I've really warmed to him now.
In the American one, he's a wanker.
Nah, it's the Mediterranean.
When I first saw him, I thought, oh, he's a twat. But then I started, it was really rational and logical. And
where does it go in the Med?
I only watched
is it still like high-end yachts?
Yeah,
right.
yeah. It's all like millionaires.
Because they're just mad. It's like, I remember doing gigs in the south of France. And we did like Nice, Antibes, Cannes, and like every place we went, there was loads of crews of those boats in the gigs, and they're proper just like posh party kids. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's like going to the Alps.
Like
and everyone
brats.
you meet who works there is just like, yeah, I've just been up here for a few months, man. And they're like 18. They've been on
personalities are so
MDMA 5
rubbish.
days a week. And they're all fucking wired.
Yeah,
and they're like, I'm
yeah.
loving it. And they look like a ghost. They've just been partying for 3 months up a mountain. There's something too sort of... There's something
they're
bad.
rubbish people to be around. Like,
Yes. Yeah. It's a bit. It's a different world, isn't it? It's that thing when you don't come from that sort of world without you even knew that was an option. If I'd have known that was an option, I would have loved it. Imagine being 18. I can go live up a mountain for 3 months and just serve some people lunch every day and then take
I wouldn't
MDMA.
really want to stay on a yacht anyway. I'd sooner a nice hotel, innit?
Yeah, boats scare me, man. Like those big ones as well. Titanic, it really fucked me up.
Yeah.
What the film did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now I'm just like, no.
Were you not aware of the story before you saw the film?
No, I wasn't.
That's when you learnt it sunk at the end of the film.
You were literally like, fuck, has anyone seen this shit, man? This boat is going down, bro.
But just like cruises and shit, I watched a documentary about this other one as well, which crashed into these rocks. Exactly the same, like where they took this different route and then they crashed into these rocks, and then the captain left because he was with this young girl.
I heard about this. That was quite recent.
Yeah, she wasn't accounted for, so he was like, fuck this. But that's like the worst thing you should do as a captain. You have to stay on board before the passenger's gone.
Yeah.
And,
he just dusted, jumped in
he
a little
literally
dinghy.
just went with this young girl. He's like,
First chance. It was only a bit of a rock. It was only a wave, mate.
But loads of people died in that, and I was just like, nah.
I remember that.
But my mum and like loads of people love cruises, but
I'd hate to go on a cruise, but I'd love to have a yacht. You know what I mean? Like, imagine being out to sea for
It would
months.
be good to get. Yeah, I mean,
I love the sea. I'm gonna say it.
I like getting in the sea, but near shore.
Okay. It's like being
No,
dropped
I do.
in it.
I did go on a banana boat in the Mediterranean. And I had to dive down. It was nice.
I went on a banana boat.
And in the Red Sea as well was nice.
Have you ever heard the story? Oh, this is horrible, actually. So, have you ever heard the story about the soldier that died on a banana boat? It's quite famous. Basically, do you know that Cyprus decompression thing where they bring soldiers from the Middle East back and they land in Cyprus for 1 day? It's called decompression. They basically give them a few beers, let them just let loose, and then they fly them back home. So
it's not long enough, is it?
I know. They've got the idea they're not allowed to fly straight back to London or wherever because they'd be a bit too like, just come out of a war zone. Here you go home.
Yeah.
So they need 1 day just to let loose. And literally a troop flew in from Afghanistan, had been there for months, and got taken to the beach, went on a banana boat, and one of them died on the banana boat.
Oh.
Imagine, I mean, it's so brutal.
What, he drowned?
Yeah. Imagine coming 3 months out of Afghanistan, a war zone, you die on a banana boat.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. I'll be like, just tell my family I died at war,
it's
please.
so extreme that it's almost funny. It's almost like, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I know.
Because I remember doing the gigs in Cyprus, and it was soon after it had happened, and it was all a bit... Ugh. But I survived the banana boat.
That's the main thing.
That's the crux of that story.
Live to tell the funny story.
But yeah, I loved it. I loved like sort of me and my mate when we went on summer holidays, we'd always hire like speedboats and shit.
Yeah, jet skis.
It's wicked.
Yeah.
They're banging.
Yeah.
I've never been on a jet ski.
I've been on the back of one. I can't remember who was driving it. Like a mate was driving. It wasn't just I didn't jump on the back like fucking like the Rock in Baywatch. But it was they are well fun. You get hit with so much water as well.
I don't think I've been on one.
How long have we got left? I don't want to start chatting, and we haven't got how long? 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Okay, we can snip that bit out because I don't know. Are you sure they're not waiting outside? Are we all right?
I messaged somebody.
All right, cool. So I don't want to take the piss. So I forgot what we were talking about. I was about to tell a story. And I forgot what it was. Yeah, it was a speed.
Jet skis.
It was a boat story, but I've forgotten
Baywatch.
what it was. I almost drowned jumping off a boat on a lad's holiday because I got really shit. I went on a booze cruise and we were all like 19 and we're just drinking on this boat like around fucking Magaluf, do you know what I mean? And we were drinking for like 2 hours, munted, and then they just like pulled up in a bit, dropped anchor, and went, if anyone wants to go for a swim, they can go. And I went, ugh, and I just jumped in, and like I can't swim like properly. Like I'm a very passable. If I can touch the bottom, I'm all right.
Oh my God.
I never learned to swim when I was a kid.
That's called walking.
Yeah, yes. But I was so pissed that I jumped into the sea thinking I'd be fine, and then realised it's a totally different beast.
Shit.
You know, I mean, it's all fucking moving. Right? It was horrible. I almost drowned. I had to be saved.
I
by
jumped
a
in
friend.
the sea in Margate when I was about 10 to save someone.
Yeah.
And they had to save me.
What was the?
I was a strong swimmer, to be honest, but in the sea it's different.
Yeah.
And they had to like pull me out.
Yeah.
But
how did they? If they were drowning, did they just pull themselves together? 'Cause
They weren't
saw it?
like-
How old were they?
Like young like me, yeah.
Okay.
So I jumped in off of this quite high wall. I think it was like Cliftonville or like Margate.
Yeah.
And then like loads of people were there, and then someone else jumped in with a big float and like pulled them out, and then me. I was a hero.
Have you ever been to Hampstead Ponds?
No.
But it's wicked. That is a recommendation for anyone if you want to, especially now it's still sort of cold.
I wish it was nearer to me.
There are other ones. There are other outdoor sort of lidos and stuff
Well,
that are open.
do you
during
swim in the
weeks.
pond?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's,
Yeah, I
it's-
couldn't
Is
do
it
that.
dirt? Is it clean?
Well, not. It's natural, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
So dirty.
Yeah, so dirty, but it's not like it's fine.
You're not going to get anything.
You're not gonna
I've swum in the
catch
Thames
anything.
before.
And you're worried about the fucking ponds.
We used to, when I was 14, we used to do, lighter fluid.
Yeah.
We used to do that and jump in the Thames off a pier, like. And I remember swimming, like, when you're out your head on those like solvents.
Yeah.
It's like going wah, wah, like you don't know where you are. And I remember
Yeah.
swimming, but I'm going backwards because of the
Yeah.
the current. But my friend died. I was going to say he did, but
What?
not then.
Oh,
like
right.
he in Greenwich Park of gas. And
Oh, really?
Shit.
We
Them
stopped
things are-
doing it.
Yeah, that's bad, man.
Yeah,
But
it was only
I
13.
remember we used to do poppers and that. I swear poppers are one of the most
That's them all
unpleasant drinks, like drugs you can do.
You used to drink it.
Sorry, that's what we did wrong. But like, I remember being at Glastonbury once, and I won't name the comedian, but like me, my girlfriend at the time, him, his wife, and a few other people. They just showed up with
We'll
loads
name him
of
on
poppers.
Patreon.
I'll name him on Patreon. And we basically spent an evening like pouring the bottles, like it had so many bottles onto a plate, and we'd all put towels over our heads and create like a tent.
Oh my God.
And we'd all just put our heads over it and just sniff all this thing, and then we'd just be rolling around all fucking headachy and hot.
Doesn't it make your bum looser?
Oh yeah, we all shat everywhere.
Because it is quite big on the gay scene.
Yeah.
The first time I
Used
did
to
it,
be.
I didn't know it was a
You're in a gay club.
muscle relaxant, and I was,
Yeah,
it was at
it's just
Glastonbury
it's
as well.
just a
actually.
headachy kind of, because
Yeah.
we used to do E's and sniff like parts M all round when I was about like 14 or something.
What's M?
Amyl nitrate.
Yeah, that's poppers.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Have you ever done
yeah.
them?
I have done them, yeah, but I don't really get it. I prefer
don't.
like, because I feel like I get the same buzz from like balloons.
Yeah.
So I would just do balloons.
like
But it's the
them
same as
either.
like the headache. If you
The
do too
balloon-
much, it really fucks your head
It's
up.
just weird. Them drugs just feel worse than other
Balloons are
drugs.
the
or something.
same kind of thing as that lighter gas. It's like solvent,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
But it just
Fucking addictive.
improves what you're feeling already. Like it's people that only get on poppers, it's like that's just a shit.
It's like a
Yeah.
headachy
Vibe, yeah.
thing.
Yeah, that's what afterwards you feel amazing for about 10 seconds, and then suddenly you just get this
Just
headache and
want
you feel all
a cock
hot.
in your bum.
But that's the first time I did it. I was at Glastonbury.
Jammed one in you.
No, and I was just like I was just met up some random group I've never met before, and suddenly we were all just partying, and they just had poppers. And they went, "Do you want some?" And I was like 18 or something. I had a big old sniffer, and I loved it. I was like, "This is amazing! It's a new feeling." So all night I'm on the poppers. I'm at Glastonbury. I had no idea it was going to loosen up the batty crease. So next thing I know, about an hour later, man, I had to go and do a shit in the worst toilets you've ever seen. This was like Glastonbury back in the day, man,
no.
when it was just mud and stuff.
That's why I
everywhere.
The
don't like
squat and drop.
festivals.
That's my. I think if hell exists, that is it.
Yeah. It's horrible when you can
Traumatic.
see down there.
Yeah.
And when you can
Oh,
see what
I'd
is
be
in
vomiting
there.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's
Oh.
gross. something. I'm not even going to say what I was about to say. It's to be a horrible end to a podcast, but it is. Yeah.
Could you get the pictures up, please?
We need to wrap up in a sec. It's been very fun.
Thanks
Lovely
for
chat.
coming.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks.
Nice to talk about poetry. I like a bit of
I'm going to
poetry,
write a
mate.
poem.
Oh
You
yeah.
should. I genuinely think you should.
I will.
If you don't like it, we don't have to put it out. But if you
I want to
like,
see some poems first, though, to get a barometer of how good it has to be.
what would you read? I've got loads of poetry books. If you want to borrow some,
Yeah. All right then.
cool. Do you have a favourite poet, or do you like? Are you more contemporary of your poets?
Yeah,
these days?
I am a bit
Dr.
like.
Zeus.
There's a guy called Caleb Femi.
Right.
I really like his stuff.
Okay.
Well, is he on the circuit? Like,
Yeah, but he's like real famous. Like
Is
he does
he?
books and everything, and yeah, he's won awards and whatever. But he talks about like growing up in London and his
so
experience.
you relate to it?
Yeah, about his feelings for sure. But yeah, he's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's check- we'll
Anything
check-
that any
we'll
poems
check
that
it
talk about
out.
like emotions, I like that.
Yeah.
I like to express myself. Actually, I might in poetry. I might start.
Yeah.
Mate, I'd love it.
I look forward
if
to
you
it.
became a spoken word artiste, I would love that.
Just the
so
biggest in the
much.
world. Really earnest.
They listen to one episode of this and where the fuck did this guy come from?
Guy's off his head, bruv.
But people can find your stuff online.
Yeah.
You're on Instagram, I said.
What's your social media?
My Instagram is at @Callaghan1,
Yes.
and that's pretty much it. I don't really do much on Twitter. I think Twitter's quite dead.
I still like it for jokes, but that's it. It's dead apart from that.
Yeah.
And if they want to find your books, they've got to message you privately.
Yeah, on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
That feels like doing some shady book.
Get in them DMs, guys.
The only guest we've ever had be like, everyone please DM me. That's what I want. Strangers messaging me. Any other business? We've got to thank our listeners.
Thanks, listeners. Thanks, new patrons. A lot of new patrons recently. YouTube.com/WeAreTVI. Please subscribe and you can watch.
To that.
You can watch us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Thanks, Sarah, for coming in.
Thanks
Joining
for
us
having
in
me.
the studio. I got quite serious towards the end. I quite liked it. I felt like an actual interviewer. Thanks, everyone. You take care now.